Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Queens of Ponderosa, where we outfit, outgay, and outslay every single episode. We are back to discuss our third and final tribe for season 50. Today we're going to be talking about the Kalo tribe. They are the tribe that is decked out in green. So we're reviewing our final 8 castaways of Survivor 50. Going to be analyzing their pregame press as well as their previous games to kind of see how we feel about what their chances on this all-star season are going to be.
Yep.
This tribe is, all 3 tribes we've said are interesting in different ways. But this tribe to me feels the most like a mashup tribe of like randomness.
Yeah,
a
it's like,
little
what?
bit.
What?
Like,
What?
yeah, like just some really interesting like groupings going on. I guess you could say that about all 3 tribes, but I guess this is the one that I looked at initially and it gave me the most like I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah,
here.
it's like
the other
such a mixed bag.
Yes, like the other 2 I feel like I could kind of initially see like where things were going. This tribe, I'm like, I genuinely have no idea where the winds are blowing, who's going to do what. Like it's going to be really, really interesting.
Very interesting. I feel like Coach is a little bit left out high and dry. I feel like with new era people.
Yeah.
Because he's like, there's like Coach.
Yeah, let's go over everyone that's on this tribe first.
Okay, so we have Coach, Chrissy, Mike, Charlie, Jonathan, Dee, Tiffany, and Kamilla.
Yes. So yeah, initially right off the bat, you've got a bunch of people that played semi-recently.
Yeah.
And then Coach, whose last time was 23. So it's been
like,
a big gap for him. Like probably close to like...
long time.
Let's see. 27 seasons. So yeah, like probably 13 or 14 years since he played last time.
Because he has Mike and Chrissy as like the old school, but they're new for old school.
They
They're
played
in
35
like the late
and 37.
30s.
Yes.
Yeah, late.
Definitely.
So Coach is just a little bit out there, but people like Coach a lot.
Yeah.
And then the new, I'll say this. This is my least favorite tribe.
Yeah, I would agree. No
shade.
Nothing personal against any of these players, but I agree that out of all 3 tribes, this is the one that I would be the most fine with going to tribal quite a bit early on. And I also think that this tribe is probably going to struggle the most in challenges too.
Yeah.
That's my initial take. So
I don't know.
This tribe is really interesting. So how about what we do? Let's, just like our previous couple episodes, let's go one by one and kind of break things down. So who are we going to start with?
Let's start with Coach.
Okay.
Give us the Coach history.
Happy to give the history of the trivia. So this is Coach's 4th time playing. He played his first 3 times all in fairly rapid succession. So he was on season 18, Tocantins, and got 5th place. Then on season 20, Heroes vs. Villains, and got 12th. Then he came back again on season 23. He was a captain. It was him versus Ozzy. And Coach made it all the way to Final Tribal Council and honestly dominated the game pretty much, but similar to Mike in 42. I guess we should say Mike in 42 was similar to Coach because that was after. What really did Coach in is that he could not like own his game and ended up coming across as very hypocritical, a bit whiny, and people just like kind of thought he was full of shit at the end. And Sophie Clark, by comparison, had a pretty phenomenal final tribal where a lot of people also didn't like her and thought she was kind of mean and annoying and whiny.
I thought she was annoying.
But she owned her game and talked about everything that she did strategically, everything that Coach had lied to them about. Like, so Coach has now had a lot of time to reflect. We were just talking 13 to 14 years since he played last.
Time.
So Coach's reputation, he kind of shed it by the time he played on South Pacific, but especially on his first season, one of Survivor's biggest characters that we've ever seen. This wannabe spiritual sort of guru that was, quite frankly, like really full of himself,
Very arrogant.
self-righteous, arrogant.
Delusional a little.
Yes, like a little bit delusional, very into like, I'm not saying it's bad to be into like yoga or Tai Chi, but did it in a way that came across as performative. I'm not saying it was,
1000%.
but people perceived it that way. We get to that infamous scene in season 20 where Coach is breaking down to Tyson, who also played with him on 18. And he's like, you know, I just felt like everybody's coming after me, man. Like, what did I do? And Tyson just very bluntly is like, don't tell your stories. Everybody thinks that you're lying. Don't do your Tai Chi in front of everybody. Don't wear feathers in your hair.
Yeah.
Like, everyone thinks you're a clown. And so then by season, like, and he was right. And then by season 23, he kind of had ironed out a lot of his coachisms and seemed to have learned from his previous games. Spent 23 kind of running his alliance as like a cultish Christian vibe, you know, not saying anything about Christianity in general, but what Coach did on his season was very much like, we don't turn on the family. We're all going to pray together to find the idol.
Oh my
We're going to
gosh.
thank God that our tribe wins the immunity challenges. And it just put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. So it'll be really interesting to see the direction that Coach takes on 50. Is he going to lean into, I'm the dragon slayer?
Yeah.
Like, is he going to really like play it up? Is he going to be even more down to earth now that he's like grown up? Is he going to be like meta about it of like, oh, I'm going to lean into it publicly, but then in my confessionals, like let everybody know, here's what I'm thinking. Like it'll be interesting to see how, if at all, his game changes and how like his own perceptions of like himself. Like we were talking, you were mentioning last episode, somebody was saying like there's people that have things to live up to. Was it Jenna Lewis that was like, some people have things to live up to. Some people like feel like they have to be a certain thing because of how they are on Survivor. Like I'm wondering if that might happen to Coach. Like this perception that people have about me, like do I fight that? Do I lean into it? It'll be really interesting. But tell me what your thoughts are on Coach.
Well, yeah, you gave such a good like summary of
Yes.
Coach and who Coach is. And just another thing to add context is when Coach was on Heroes versus Villains, he was absolutely shook to his core that he was on the villain tribe.
Oh, yes.
Like he
gagged.
did not understand, could not understand. He totally thought he was a hero and should be on the hero tribe.
Yeah.
So it kind of just speaks to like how unaware Coach is of how people receive him and his energy. Like he just is in La La Land.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the time. He's in his own Coach world and he is king.
Yes.
You know? This interview, however, was so interesting. And it made me think a lot about Ozzy's interview because Ozzy, it was just such a like, wow, that was so shocking.
Interesting to
Coach,
see them both on this season together
I
too.
know.
If they cross paths, that'll be fun.
Coach, in his own words, has zenned out. Like he is so zen. He's so chill. He has learned since having kids that life isn't about him and his image and his ego. And he said, like when he was on Survivor in the past, he never wanted to be married. He never wanted to have kids ever. And then he met this woman and she had kids and they became his kids and it all just became his world.
Yeah.
And so I think the ego's still there, but it's like, because he's Coach.
Yes.
But it has been squashed a little bit by children. It sounds like has been a humbling experience.
Yeah.
And he said coming into this game, he has no desire to be a leader, like to be that cult leader that he was.
Yeah, I was going to say that all 3 seasons, he really leaned into wanting to be
Coach.
not even
literally just
necessarily
Coach.
like bossy, but yes, like the mentor, the leader, the one that people turn to. All 3
obsessed
previous
with that.
yes, like so that's another really good point you bring up. Like, will he be able to let go of that internal desire to kind of like be the one.
Yeah.
Per se.
And what's fascinating is he is like the oldest player on this tribe, oldest in terms of like Survivor experience.
Yes.
He like dates back the furthest to the oldest season being 18. And so I feel like he almost won't be able to help himself of just like, I have so much experience and this is my 4th time playing and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. But I also wonder if having kids has itched this thing for him where he is a coach all the time to children.
Yeah.
And that fulfills like the mentor, they look to me, they need me role. I don't know.
Well,
he's such an interesting person.
He is.
Like clinically, he's just interesting.
He is. And it'll also be interesting because this time, we've talked multiple times how this cast is the oldest on average ever, and that there's a ton of people that are grown up with families, kids. So it'll be interesting too to see if that impacts it, because on his tribe, he does have a couple young folks like Charlie and Tiffany, who we'll talk about later. But then also he's got like Mike
Chrissy?
White grown, Chrissy grown with children. Like, so it'll be, you know, interesting to see how he navigates, because on his previous seasons, you know, there were other older folks, but like, especially South Pacific, it was like a tribe full of youngins I mean, there was like Farmer Rick was there, but then you had like Brandon. He's from Utah, actually.
What?
Yeah, he got
Farmer Rick.
purpled
My
to the extreme. He got voted. He made it to 5th place, but he was like barely there. Yeah,
Poor guy.
But then his tribe was like Brandon, Albert, Sophie, Edna, Michaela, just like tons of really young people. So it'll be interesting to see now that there are more older folks in the kitchen, how that impacts the way that he takes control or not control of his tribe.
And I think he has people on his tribe who aren't the most like power hungry or have that need to be drivers, other than like Chrissy, I feel like.
Yeah.
And Chrissy being like such a strong woman. I don't know if Coach will like that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. He just seems like a completely different version of himself. And he did say this one quote. Let's see. He's like, I want to play as a softer guy that just lifts people up.
Okay.
So he wants to be more of a cheerleader than a coach. And he said this one quote. He's like, this one quote that I love. It's just so Coach of him. He said, if a snake can't shed its skin, then the snake will die. And he's like, I have to shed my skin or else I'll just literally die in this game.
Yeah.
So he has that level of awareness. He has come to terms with the fact that he will have to manipulate and lie in this game.
I was going to say.
Which is shocking.
Yeah.
To come from Coach.
That's another big thing that he really prided himself on. Again, all 3 times was the honesty, integrity, loyalty.
Like,
and that,
to the end, my brother.
Yes.
Like, I will ride with you.
Yes.
I will die with you.
And all 3 times he was hypocritical about it, because he, you know, said that about people on Tocantins and voted them out. Very famously turned on Rob, and Rob said, you're a little man, after Rob got voted out.
Oof.
And then on South Pacific, same thing. Like, all the people on the jury were like, you filled me up with all this BS, and now you're trying to tell me that you were
honorable,
honest and loyal, and you lied about literally everything that you did. So like, who are you? So yes, thank God he finally learned that after 3 times.
Yes.
In execution, we'll have to see what he ends up doing with it.
We'll have to see. He did say in true Coach fashion, this is quotes too, this is Coach 4.0, I am going to win.
All right.
I am going to be the winner of season 50.
I would love to see it.
He was the only person that said it like that explicitly. He's like, I will win. I am going to win this game. This is my game.
Yeah.
I'm like, good to know you're still yourself, Coach.
Yeah.
Still yourself. Going into the friend and foe game.
Yes, I was going to say, let's hear friend and foe.
Why did I do that? I wrote the notes weird. Before we got into friend and foe, he did say he was extremely disappointed to see how many new era players there are.
Yeah.
So I think he kind of like voiced that for a lot of the OG diehard Survivor fans that are just like, how does this make sense?
Yeah.
Like, how this doesn't represent the 50 seasons of Survivor.
Yeah.
So he was just had to throw that sentiment in there. And he said it like in the middle of the friend or foe game when they were talking about New Era. He was like, why are these people here? Like he genuinely was like, get out of here. This is ridiculous.
Listen, Colby said that he wished Jerry was here. I wish Jerry was here too to see if Coach,
We do too.
you know, how are Coach and Jerry doing? Because they had a little bit of a flirtmance. They're, you know, Coach is obviously married with kids now, but it would be funny to see them, you know, interact again.
It would be so funny.
Yeah.
That would actually be such a fun couple.
It would.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. I have to eat my words. Not everyone put Jenna on the friend list.
Because Coach said
Because
foe.
Coach put Jenna on the foe list. He said that she's making too many eyes at all of the players. Whatever. Something else I forgot to mention that I loved from Christian's interview, actually. He said, this game I'm going to sense and figure out what people are afraid of. And he's like, this hit me because I was in a tent with Coach and we were doing something with like medical or whatever checks, and I was just waiting while he was leaving, and he was like, I just got this feeling and energy of overwhelming fear from Coach. And no matter how much he like pretends that he's like not afraid of anything and like whatever, he's afraid. Like he has something to live up to.
Yeah.
And everyone's afraid of something, if it's like living up to the image they've built in Survivor, or doing better than they did their last game, or winning again, or what will people like, everyone's afraid of something. Definitely. And I was like, Coach, as much as he carries this image and he still is doing it in true Coach fashion, it's like he has vulnerabilities and he's going to be afraid of something.
Yeah.
Like, will he let people see them? No. His vulnerabilities? No.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Okay, so Jenna's on foe, and then it's friend for a long time. Colby, friend. How could he not be? Stephanie, same. They're loyal. Sari, big time friend. He said he wants
all his heroes versus villains friends.
Yeah, like big time friend. He said he wants her to teach him the ways of like Survivor and run it together. Ozzy, he said we ended on really bad terms. Ozzy cost him $1 million, and he clearly had such a bad taste in his mouth with Ozzy. He went on and on about how Ozzy poisoned the jury that season.
Girl.
And
I think the jury poisoned itself.
Yeah.
Ozzy couldn't poison the jury in 24 hours, girl.
Well, and it just like, it continues to speak to his level of awareness, because Ozzy didn't have that much influence either.
Yeah.
Like he has influence for sure.
You cost yourself $1 million, bestie.
But he like continues to point the fingers.
Yeah.
He said, Ozzy cost me $1 million. Ozzy poisoned the jury. This is his words. He's a whiny bitch, poor loser.
I don't know if I would disagree with that.
Yeah. But it's just so funny how he's like, I'm zened out. I'm this and this. Ozzy cost me this and this. He's a whiny bitch.
I want them to cross paths again. They have to both stay in long enough to cross paths. I want to see that so bad.
Me too. But then he said after all of this hate, he was like, but Ozzy is a classic Survivor player. He's iconic, and I wish him the best in this game.
Okay.
And I was like, and he's on your friend list?
Yeah.
Whatever, Coach. Okay, then continuing on, Aubrey, friend. He likes her, and that she's very different from him. Okay, this is the first person we're getting on his tribe. Chrissy, friend. She's really sweet, and he feels like she's going to play really, really hard.
Yeah.
And he likes that, and he wants all in. He's like, I know she's going to play hard, so I want to like play with her. I don't want her to play hard against me. Angelina, friend. Mike, he said friend, but then after that, he kind of put all of David versus Goliath in foe, because he feels like they're really, really tight. But Mike White will be on his tribe, and he said he like feels like he's drawn to Mike because Mike will play this game like a kid.
Yeah.
And he loves that about Mike.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone loves that about Mike.
Yes.
That he just is really fun and silly and loose. And I also think it's because he already is a millionaire and has millions of dollars and does really well in his
Multiple
life.
Emmys.
Like he doesn't need this.
Yeah.
But he just plays because he loves the game.
Yeah.
And so multiple people say that about Mike. Rick Devens is a friend. Jonathan, also on this tribe. Friend, he's an old soul. You can just feel it off of him. He's an old soul. We're going to be buddies. And I totally believe that. I think they're going to have such a bromance on this tribe.
That wouldn't surprise me. Coach has always leaned into bromances a little bit. He had Tyson, Rob, Brandon. So it wouldn't surprise me if him and Jonathan.
Was wild.
Yeah, Brandon was wild. It wouldn't surprise me if they align.
Yeah, I think they'll align perfectly.
Yeah.
I think they will be in love.
Yeah.
D, he put her on the friend list because I'm not scared of her. That's literally what he said. He's just like, I'm not scared of her. Like, he thinks everyone else is. I was like, coach, you should be terrified.
Yeah.
You should be shaking in your boots,
Yeah.
coach. But he's like, she seems dope.
Yeah.
That's what he said. She seems dope. Like, she seems cool. I'm chill. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, whatever. Charlie, friend, would love to run it with him, run this game. He wants to blend the old era with the new era with Charlie, hand in hand.
Yeah.
Whatever. He did put Emily and Q on the faux tribe.
Okay.
He put Genevieve on the faux tribe and Savannah and Rizzo because they're both dangerous. Everyone else is friend. So Tiffany, he wants to work with Tiffany, who's on this tribe, because they can be mad at Q together. Okay.
Fierce.
Sure. Yeah. I'm like, go ahead. Bond with Tiffany.
Who was it that
Q.
was saying that Coach was like freaking out about quarantine?
Oh, I don't know.
Didn't we talk about?
I can't remember.
I feel like maybe this is something I saw on my own. I swear maybe it was was it Colby? I feel like somebody said that like after the pre-gaming stuff in 49, they really have locked down the Ponderosa
pregame. Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was you and I, but maybe it was just something I watched where apparently Coach was like freaking out about it, where he was like,
why?
Because he had to like just stay in his tent all the time. And he was like, I'm going crazy. Like please,
get me out of
like,
here.
Yeah, get me out of here. Like I'm going insane. I can't remember who it was
Maybe
that said
that's
that.
what made Christian sense like,
Maybe
the fear in the ear. Maybe it wasn't even fear. It was just like
irritation.
irritated and like trapped.
I saw that somewhere that he was like, that he was getting very stir crazy at
He's
Ponderosa
just
because
itching.
they were really locked down.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah,
That would be
especially after what
hard.
happened in 49 for sure.
That's so interesting.
Yep.
Interesting. So yeah, Tiffany's on there. He feels like she either hates him or wants to be best friends with him. Okay. And then Kamilla, he put on the friend list, but he's scared of all the 48 people working together.
Okay.
But he's like, I think Kamilla and I could be friends. Little does he know Camilla's like obsessed with him.
Oh yeah.
And
they're gonna work together.
They're gonna work together for sure.
Yeah.
So that was basically all of the coach takes. He's entering this like, I'm going to be friends with everyone. I'm a different person. I don't have an ego. I'm a dad.
Give it a few days. Hunger, thirst, fatigue will set in. And I think Coach
we'll see
Coach again.
And I would love that.
Yeah.
Like as much as we're like hating on Coach. Like
I'm rooting
we
for
love Coach.
I'm rooting for a Coach Angelina Q final 3.
Oh
That's what I
my
want.
word.
That's what I want so bad.
That would be an incredible.
Wouldn't that be the most iconic final tribal ever? I want that so bad.
That would be the most delusional, wild.
Oh yeah. It would be fierce.
Oh my gosh, it would be so fierce. We love Coach. We'll see what he does.
Yep. All right.
Charlie.
Charlie is next.
Yes. Give us the history.
Charlie
favorite.
is a new era player, played on season 46 and was the runner-up. I think that it is the take of many people online that Charlie was robbed on 46 and should have won. And because of that, I think a lot of people, similar to how Rob C didn't win the Amazon, but on All Stars was kind of treated as a winner.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's similar sentiment here, where even though Charlie didn't win, I think that he may be perceived on the same level because there's such a strong sentiment that he should have won. So if you are unfamiliar, the final tribal council of 46 has Kenzie, Charlie, and then Ben. Ben, with Peace and Love, was irrelevant at final tribal. So it was really a battle between Kenzie and Charlie. And the perception was they both have their number one allies on the jury fighting for them. Kenzie had Tiff, who we'll talk about later. And then Charlie had Maria, who was his number one the whole time. But come final tribal, when the votes are revealed, Kenzie wins 5-3 when people were potentially expecting a tie. And Ben, if he had to break it, was definitely going to vote for Charlie. And Charlie would have won.
Yeah.
But Maria actually votes for Kenzie. her reasoning was, oh, I saw the fire in Kenzie's eyes. When in reality, with peace and love, Maria was bitter. That's what happened. She was pissed. She was a bit of a bitter hag about it. And sorry, I didn't really like her. Maybe I didn't either. Maybe I shouldn't have said hag because
you're fine.
You know, I don't want to make comments about women, comments of women about a certain age. I didn't like her.
I didn't like her either. She was pretty widely disliked.
Yes, bitter. Charlie's very visibly crushed at Final Tribal and during the reunion. So I think that sentiment around him potentially should have been the winner of 46 is going to be interesting here.
And I think he has a big target too, because then he did the On Fire podcast.
He did. Instead of the winner.
Yes,
which I believe wasn't anything shady by production. I believe Kenzie was like heavily pregnant. Or like had just had a baby.
I also
around
think Jeff
that time.
Just liked him more.
Jeff also, does like Charlie a lot. Charlie as a player, very calm, which I think was a strength of his. Very strategic. Obviously had a really good social game. And is physically fit. Like I believe he's like I don't know what the terminology in college is. Like a upper division, like the top division, that's what I'm thinking. He's a D1 cross-country athlete at like an Ivy League university. So
yeah, that's
very intelligent,
big accomplishment,
very athletic, a bit of a triple threat. My only real take on Charlie coming into this is that when I'm thinking about the cast for season 50, I'm not necessarily super stoked to see him, mostly just because I think he was kind of boring television.
I couldn't agree more.
And that's not anything to do with like who he is as a person. I'm sure he's lovely. I'm sure he's kind. He's awesome. Just looking at things from what's the best combination of gameplay and entertainment. Like and it's probably just because he's so well-adjusted and smart and normal, whatever. I just kind of think he's boring TV. Like, you know, everybody has thoughts about Taylor Swift, which is awesome. That's really the only thing I really remember
that was his entire personality
about him on the show at all, was that he was a mega Swiftie, and great for him. I love that he loves that, and that's so fun for people that love that. I'm trying to say the most diplomatic thing and it still sounds shady. If you love Taylor Swift, that's great. I'm really happy for you.
But please don't make it your whole personality.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's the thing.
And to be fair, like that could have been an editing thing where because Taylor Swift is so big, production leaned into that to like make more content or viral moments, whatever. But that's all I'm saying about Charlie is that I feel like I still really don't know anything about him besides the fact that he's a Swiftie.
Yeah.
And that is a little bit boring to me personally.
Agreed. Because the thing that we love about iconic Survivor players is that they're willing to like let their guard down.
Yes.
And let us see the vulnerable parts of them.
Who they are, where they came from, where they're going, how like
and how they genuinely feel in the game. Like they let the viewers in to their mind and their heart.
Yeah.
And I feel like Charlie is just so calculated. I knew, if you remember, he was like pre-law, or he was like a law student.
Yes.
And like, so maybe he's just really cagey that way and very like diplomatic and has this like face or facade that just is like cool, calm, collected, which is great. And I think that is why he did so well.
Yeah.
I think there were so many other people that would be interesting to replace with Charlie, and I don't think he'll do better than he did last time. I don't know.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard. Know, when you got second place, it's hard to. How
do you beat that?
The only person that I can think that made it to Final Tribal and then improved their next time is Amanda Kimmel, because she got third the first time and then got second the second time. Like, it's super hard to live up to an almost win like Charlie. So like, it'll be interesting. I think that, you know, I'm really just interested to see how he approaches the game. Obviously we'll get into like what his thoughts are as far as friend or foe, but it's like, like, I don't really know if he has to change that much because it was so good the first time. Like, if anything, now he'll probably have to be more conscious about his threat level. And then I do remember him saying that he wants to be better, something along the lines of like when to make the moves, like having the killer instinct. He mentioned like he felt like something that got in his way the first time was like waiting and like other people would get to things before he did it, and then he couldn't fully articulate what he did at Final Tribal. So I know that that's something he's wanting to work on, is like timing, killer instinct, like owning my game and being able to show it.
Yes, he did say that.
But beyond that, I mean, I don't know, like it's kind of hard because I just feel like, and it's a compliment to him, like, what do you improve on when he did like
second place?
Yeah, so well. And like even me, who had Kenzie as my winner pick and was thrilled when she won. Yeah, if I'm ranking gameplay, like I think Charlie played a better game than her. That's just how the cookie crumbles. That's how the jury votes fell. She deserved to win. If you get the jury votes, you deserve to win. But yeah, if we're talking Survivor gameplay, like I think Charlie was a better player than her. So it's kind of hard for me to think about like what am I looking for from him to get the win, because he did so well the first time.
And that's what's so scary walking into this game for someone that's in Charlie's position, where it's like, how much can I improve upon like my last showing in Survivor? Because the other option's winning. Yeah. And he already did so well, and he did incredible. Like he did so great. So it's like, what is your goal this time? Yeah. And I didn't really get a clear answer from him. And I feel like I remember him just saying he wants to play a little more loose. Yeah. Which would be nice to see. Something he said he learned from the last game was that you can't leave everything up to Final Tribal. Yes. Like you can't wait to hold in all of these big moves and these big things to bring out at Final Tribal, because the reality is you need people on the jury advocating for you, and your name needs to be in their mouths before Final Tribal, because then you have a lot of convincing to do when it comes to Final Tribal. So he wants to, on that note, like have more relevant timing, have better timing where it's more like ahead of the curve instead of like responsive to what's going on. So we'll see what happens. I think people are kind of like, on Charlie. Yeah. He played a great social game, so I think he'll be able to make good bonds. Yeah. I could see Chrissy being like a Maria for him. Yeah. Because she's like the mom, older version. You know, it's like, who knows? Yeah. But that's a lot from Charlie. I mean, he passed the bar. He's an actual lawyer now. Yes, congratulations. Which is great. Good for him. Yeah. Let's see.
I think, go.
Mike Bloom said that Mike Bloom said that Charlie is one of his favorite New Era players. And I was like, wow, Mike Bloom. Yeah. Like, did I just forget how good Charlie did? Maybe I did. Yeah. But I don't love Taylor Swift, so I think I was always just like, when he was talking about it. Yeah. Anyway.
Another interesting thing about Charlie, and well, I guess maybe I should ask before I bring it up. Sure. Getting into friend and foe. Yeah. Tell the viewers what he said about Tiffany, because they are the only people that played on the same season that are starting. I guess I should say the only people from the new era. Maybe new era is not even the right word. What I'm saying is we have the David versus Goliath people. They're all split up. We have the 348s. They're all split up. We've got the 49s split up. We have
Charlie
346ers, and Tiffany and Charlie are on the same tribe. So I was going to say it's interesting because all these other people are playing a little bit separate. Obviously, yes, there's Colby and Steph. They're probably together.
They are, yeah.
So tell us, I guess I should say, what he said about Tiffany, and does he view that as something that's good for his game, not good for his game? What did he say?
He didn't say if it was good or bad from his game because...
He doesn't know, I guess, that she's on his tribe.
No.
Yeah,
but he did say with her being in this game that it is kind of dangerous, but they didn't work super close together.
They really didn't.
So they're not worried about that being like a Kyle Kamilla tie or an Angelina Mike situation. But he did bring up that Tiffany advocated for Kenzie, and she's part of the reason he lost. Yes. So he has like a bitter taste in his mouth a bit. But I think he's also aware that she like needs him in
Yeah.
this game. But that was all he said. He was like, she's one of the reasons I lost.
Yeah.
She's dangerous.
Yeah.
But I would love to work with her.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
So it'll be interesting to see because they are, as I said, the only, maybe not the only, but they're one of the pairs that play together and have history. They're starting on the same tribe. So it'll be interesting to see when they hit the beach and see they're on the same team, if they immediately link up
I could see
for
them
lack
linking
of a better
up.
option, or
Yeah.
if it's something like, oh, like I don't want to be perceived as that we're already a duo, so I need to get away from Tiffany.
I could see them linking up, but just playing it out as like, we were not friends. We don't get along and we didn't play together.
Yeah.
And then just like keeping it secret.
Yeah.
But if I were them, I feel like that would be too dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
What did he say about everyone else?
Everyone else. So Jenna is a friend because she's a legend. Colby is not a friend because he's super shifty and would always choose others over Charlie, which is true. Sari, he thinks he would really vibe. Coach, this is the first person on his tribe. He thinks he's the crazy awesome uncle and would love to work with Coach. Pretty much everyone loves Coach.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone put Coach on the foe list. Steph is a foe, similar to Colby. So is Ozzy. He's a foe. Aubrey's a friend. Chrissy, he would love to work with Chrissy because she's a beast and they work in like similar careers, like or fields. And he did make the parallel to Maria and being like, I'm super loyal and I've worked with, anyway, someone in your like archetype before. Angelina's a friend. Devon's is a foe. Christian's a friend because he's so charming. Jonathan on this tribe is a foe. He thinks that he'll be too tight with old school.
Yep,
And
that's a good read.
Yeah, he's like, he's going to be too tight with old school to like buddy with them. Although Coach doesn't have a lot of old school on his tribe, so he might not have enough options.
Yeah.
And he thinks that he just won't like a player like Charlie that isn't very like loyal to the end. And then he said Jonathan, he thinks is like trickier and a lot smarter than people give him credit for, and that he's more than just like the muscles.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah, more than a meathead, yeah.
Which is really, really true. Then D, he put on the friend category. And he said that he wants to keep her really, really close in this game because she's a straight shooter. She's smart. She's calculated. She's a shield. Okay, Charlie, whatever. Next page, which is true.
Yeah, I think it'd be good for them to work together, honestly.
Kamilla, who's also on this tribe, is a foe because she's too tricky and she seems like really scary. I think a lot of people are scared of her. But she seems like a great ally because she was so loyal to Kyle. I almost feel like Kyle and Kamilla have such an uphill battle coming into this just because they're going off the back of watching 48.
Yes.
So it's like they just saw all of that.
Yeah.
And they just exposed Kamilla for being like so sneaky.
Yes.
And so she's kind of screwed.
That's why I'm saying, like, I understand why she was saying we'll get to her. I guess maybe I don't want to jump the gun. Let me pause.
Anyway.
We'll talk about her when we get
Camilla's
to
a
her.
foe for Charlie. Tiffany is a friend for the reasons I listed, but he's very, very wary. He's just like, Q, he's like, I have no idea what to do with him. Everyone else is on the friend list except for Joe because he thinks Joe, similar to Jonathan, will connect with all the old school players, which Charlie doesn't like.
Pretty good reads from him.
Great reads.
Yeah, pretty impressed with that.
He's smart.
Yeah.
Like he is so smart. I just hope that he plays more loose and he lets us into like who Charlie is.
Yeah. And like I said, it could be an editing thing too.
Yeah.
But you know, I really hope, I don't want to say I hope that he gets a personality because I feel like that's a harsh way of saying that. And
it's
he does have a personality. I just hope we get to see more than just like Taylor Swift jokes and references and then game talk.
Great thing.
Like something else.
He didn't mention her once in this interview.
That's probably the longest he's ever gone in his life.
He probably went after the interview and was like, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Someone talk to me about Taylor Swift. I love her.
Yeah.
All right. Chrissy is next.
Let's move on to the legend, Chrissy Hofbeck. Let me tell you, Chrissy is someone that I am so hyped to see again. When the 50 cast was first announced, revealed, leaked, whatever you want to say, and I saw that Chrissy was there, I was like, hell yes. Because I have been craving a Chrissy Hofbeck return since I saw her. Chrissy Hofbeck played on 35 Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers. She was on the Hero tribe. Not sure exactly why, because she's an actuary, and I don't
don't
really
know
know
why
what's
either.
necessarily heroic about that.
Is it the mom thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's interesting.
Chrissy was my winner pick. So I was also endeared to her there, and I was so convinced she was going to win until they pulled the rigor mortis at the end. Chrissy played a very dominant game, I would say. Early on was controlling things with Ben, who ended up winning the season. She makes a connection with Ryan. I'm not going to remember his name. Skinny redhead Ryan. They link up and have a strong bond the whole game. Chrissy has a little bit of a stumble in the middle when Ben turns on her, but balls out in the challenges and ends up tying the individual record for women with 4 individual immunity wins.
Yep.
Makes it to Final Tribal, and 35 is the first season that we see the infamous forced fire making at Final Four, which, in my very humble opinion, completely screwed Chrissy unfairly. If they would have been told going into the season that was happening, it's one thing. What happens is she wins the final immunity, is told by Jeff that she wins an advantage. The advantage is you get to pick someone to bring with you to Final Tribal, and the other 2 people are put into fire. So it's not even really
not even an advantage.
An advantage at all. Yeah, like,
because that's what she would have done anyway.
We can call it what it is, and obviously no one can ever prove this, whatever. To me, it was production rigging 35 so that Ben would get to Final Tribal and win because they liked him. That's how I feel. If they want to say that it was always planned, whatever. It's blatant rigor mortis to me. So Chrissy is another person similar to Charlie that I kind of, and granted, she played a lot longer ago, so I don't think her threat level is going to be as high, but I think she's another person that can be viewed with the lens of being a very, very strong player, because there's an argument that if that fire-making twist wasn't present, that she could have won. And the other reason I'm mad about this, a bit on a tangent, and I don't know how much you remember 35, but a Devin, Chrissy, Ryan Final Tribal.
I don't remember Devin.
Devin's like the tall, tan surfer.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing is, he gave off surfer bro when he was actually
He's not.
super strategic. Yeah.
I remember him.
That Final Tribal would have been genuinely one for the ages, because I think any one of them could have taken it.
Yeah, they all had a shot.
do. So the fact that we ended up getting a Ben Final Tribal to me is
such a snooze.
So annoying. So annoying.
Nothing against Ben. It's just how it was all. Ben,
I mean, yeah,
again, he played the cards he was dealt.
I can't fault Ben for production rigging the game for him. I can't fault him for that. I can fault him for being annoying.
Yeah.
Because he was.
And we will.
With all that being said, that's the Chrissy lore. Obviously a very physical player, strategic player. I think her social game is probably where she has the biggest room for improvement, because for reasons that may or may not be systemic and like societal, I think Chrissy was perceived by certain castaways on her original season as being a little bit bitchy. And she is an older lady, so it could just be the fact of people thought she was going to be one way and she wasn't, and now people are slighted when she had the audacity to play. But there were also moments where Chrissy could be blunt, very straight shooter, a little cold. I don't want to say bitchy, but
no, just like more aggressive.
Yeah, I think that was her perception. So my take on where she can grow, again, how do you improve from second place like crazy? But that's my take, is that I think that her social game is probably where she hopefully has had the most time to reflect and grow and really turn that into a strength. As I said, it's been long enough since she played the first time that unlike the recent winners or Charlie or Kamilla, I don't think she's as high on people's target list, and that'll work to her advantage.
I agree.
So, yeah.
She did say, going off of the social game note, that something that was so challenging in 35 was that the tribe was so young. Her tribe was really young.
Oh, yeah.
And
she wasn't even really that old on her season, but she was like one of, if not the oldest. I'm trying to just go through my mind to remember. Like, she may have been
the oldest person on the tribe.
She may have. Well, on her tribe, definitely. She may have been the oldest person on the season. I think.
So she, I don't know, but she just remembers it being so hard to build relationships socially on the hero tribe because everyone was so young.
Yeah.
And they would like keep her on the outs of a lot of conversations. And she said not once was someone like, tell us about you.
Yeah.
Like, tell us about your life and your kids and what you do and what do you like. Like, no one asked her that.
Yeah.
And she was trying to like be involved, but they didn't care to like loop her in.
Yeah.
So some hero tribe, they were all kind of like jerks.
Yeah.
But it made it really, really hard for her. So she was so excited to see Mike and to see Coach and Colby and Sari and just this being the oldest cast that Survivor has ever had on average is a win for her.
Yeah. I think it's like just what we said about Jenna last episode.
Yeah.
It being an older season overall will be good for her. I think the same thing applies for Chrissy, that I think a lot of those barriers that may have been in her way making connections with people are going to be pushed away this time.
And it's a little ironic because I do feel like she still has a lot of the young people on her tribe.
Yeah. This tribe is the youngest one because you've got
this is the youngest one.
Kamilla, Charlie, Tiffany, and Dee, who are all... Charlie, I know, is the youngest one on the cast.
I think Rizzo is.
Oh, no. Yes, you're right. Rizzo is the youngest one. But then Charlie is in his late 20s. And then I think Dee, Kamilla, and...
Emily?
Tiffany. Well, just on this tribe.
Oh, on this tribe.
Yes, Emily's also young. But then Dee, Kamilla, and Tiffany, I think are all...
And Charlie,
like late 20s, early 30s together.
Yes.
So, yes, it is interesting.
A young tribe
that,
still.
Yes, still older than average.
Yeah.
But yes,
and she'll still
younger.
have Mike, and she'll have Coach.
Yeah.
And Jonathan isn't very old either.
I mean, I think Jonathan is 32.
He just has an old soul.
32, yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, dang, Chrissy.
See, now I'm going to look this up because, actually, now that we're sitting here talking about this, I actually think it may just be...
I was so happy to see all these older people. And it's like, well, girl, you're on the youngest tribe.
I think it might just be her and Coach and Mike. And then everyone else is like 30. That's so funny.
That's so wild. They do have a younger
Then
tribe.
it's like the opposite on Sela, where it's like you've got Emily and Savannah that are like 30 and 31. Then everybody's like 40
else is older.
plus. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, yeah. So on this tribe, you have Charlie's 27, Dee's 28,
What?
Camilla's 31, Jonathan's 32, Tiffany's 34. Then you've got Mike, Chrissy, and Coach that are, well, Coach is 53. Chrissy and Mike are both 54. So yeah, you've got the three old folks, older folks.
Sure.
And then, then everyone else is like late 20s, early 30s.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Ugh. That's really funny.
She also 2 years ago had signs of cancer in her, like in her breasts, in her ovaries, in her uterus. Like she had all of these types of cancers and had to get all of her female parts removed, basically. And just talks about how she is like such a survivor in that way. And she crushed that, and she just like did what she needed to like beat that and beat the cancer that was growing. And she's like, it just gave me so much more power. Yeah. Like so much power to like come into this game. And it's like, I've survived so much. Yeah. And like, this is a game, and she's going to play so hard as we expect her to. Yeah. She is worried about her challenge beast, target or threat being like such a dominant winner. She has practiced balance more. She practiced some fire making. And one thing that she did, because she remembered this being a thing on her season, where they had to place all of the seasons in order chronologically. Yes. And so she was like, I can name all of the seasons chronologically. And Mike Bloom was like, do it. She's like, okay. And so she went Borneo. Like she just went off and she like named all of them. I'm like, she's so smart. And
I remember
so cool.
That was another challenge, I think that was on Survivor 46. And Hunter had to do it and he didn't do it. And I was like,
you would destroy that.
I would have finished that challenge in 30 seconds.
That's incredible.
I would have eaten it up.
I need to do that because I don't think I could.
Oh, I could do it right now too if you wanted. I could do that. I could do winners.
Oh my gosh.
There's probably certain seasons
like
that
final
I could,
three.
I was going to tell you. I could probably tell you the final 2 or 3 for every season. There's certain seasons I could probably tell you the entire boot order.
Oh my gosh.
Because I don't know. I just keep that in my mind.
Yeah, I kind of want you to do that at some point.
All right.
That's so
Whenever
cool.
you want me to pull it out, I will.
You're like, okay, fine.
Yep.
She also said She's not going to look for a number 1 in this game, but she kind of wants to align strategically vote by vote. Interesting. Okay. Like, what season was it that was heavy on the voting blocks?
Cambodia was the one that kind of popularized that. All through the 30s, that seemed to be the meta.
Is the voting block.
And then in the new era, that's kind of died off a little bit. We've kind of returned a little bit to strong alliances that carry you all the way to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting that new school and old school are so like against each other, when I'm like, the people in the 30s actually played the least similar games to y'all. But anyway, she also said that she just wants to have fun in this game, wants to have fun because it wasn't very fun the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And she wants to just align with people that make her feel good and that will have fun and play loose and not take everything so seriously. And so I love this approach from her, because when I look at her as a player and looking back on her season, she is so serious.
Yes.
And she is so dominating and so powerful. Like, I wouldn't use a word like fun to describe her game.
Yeah.
So she was like, someone I would love to work with is Angelina. And this is before he started the friend or foe game. And she was like, because she is fun. Yeah. She's just fun. Like, she doesn't take everything so serious and da-da-da. Anyway, so then we get into friend or foe, and it's like a bit of a mixed bag. I'll kind of like go through. Okay, quick side note though. Pretty much everyone on her tribe, ironically, is in the friend category.
Okay.
Because she has quite a few on foe still.
Yeah.
But almost everyone on her tribe is on the friend list, excluding D.
Okay.
She put D on the foe list because she said all of the winners have to go. I don't care who you are. I don't care. You gotta go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, girl. Coach, she totally vibes with and thinks he's so fun. And I'm like, yes, Chrissy. Remember last episode, or no, 2 episodes ago, when I'm like, just vote out all the boring people.
Yeah.
Vote out all the boring people.
Yep.
I'm counting on Chrissy to do that.
Yes, please.
Just vote out the boring.
Yeah.
And I think Mike White will want to do something too like that.
Yeah.
Like, just vote out all the boring people.
Yeah.
All right. So Coach, she loves. Aubrey, she's like, I'm shocked she's here. Love her. Angelina thinks, she like said that Angelina feels like a younger Chrissy. She's like, that's why I love her. Christian, friend. Mike, friend. He's a fellow oldie. And she's not charmed or starstruck by the White Lotus.
Yeah.
Whatever. She's like, he just seems cool. Jonathan, she said friend, but at some point he needs to go, like probably in the merge. Charlie, she said friend for a little while, but she feels like she can't trust him. Kamilla, friend. And she's like, for some reason, Chrissy has this desire to see Kamilla shine and to see her get the spotlight, because she didn't get that credit as much in 48. She did some. Like, it was very clear that it was a Kyle and Kamilla show. Yeah. But it definitely felt like Kyle was driving a lot. Yeah. But she's like, I just want to see her do good. Yeah. So I would love that alliance. Yeah. And I think Kamilla would have fun. Like, Camilla's really, really fun.
Definitely.
Charlie, I don't know if he's fun.
We'll see. We'll see.
Jonathan, I don't know if he's super fun, but Mike, Coach, like,
that's hard.
super fun.
I don't think Jonathan is a very fun person. Jonathan, even on 42, like, every time Marianne did or said anything, Jonathan was like,
she's so annoying. Yeah. I'm just so hungry. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So then everyone else on the faux list is Colby, Steph, Ozzy. She said it was funny how Colby and Steph were always on the same side, friend or foe. Like, people...
Because everyone knows they're going to work together.
Everyone knows it. And so I think they will have a target.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ozzy, she thinks that he won't like her. And then all of the winners in D, Savannah, Kyle, gotta go. Joe and Rizzo, she put on the faux list. And obviously Savannah. She said with Tiffany, who I haven't mentioned, oops, she's on this tribe. She said, I literally don't remember her. Join the club. We're here to remind you. We're here to remind you who she is. Anyway, so that's pretty much everyone for Chrissy. I think she has good footing. Yeah. And other than Coach, I feel like there's not a lot of drivers on this tribe. Like, I feel like Dee's going to want to, like, take a back seat a little bit. I don't know.
I feel like they're all going to kind of want to do that a little bit when
drive or take a back seat.
They're all going to want to take a back seat. And I think that Coach is going to be like, well, if nobody wants to.
Since you asked, I'll be your leader. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right, ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
D is the next one.
D.
That I wrote out.
D. So, D, the winner of Survivor 45. we talked about this a few episodes back when we were doing like our new era retrospective, that I think between Alicia and I, and just generally, I think the consensus is that D is the strongest winner in the new era.
Yeah.
I think most people, at least in like the online super fandom of Survivor, agree that she kind of just dominated the entire thing and shit on everybody else.
Yep.
D is another triple threat. She won multiple immunities, had an amazing social game where basically nobody was targeting her until the very end. And the one chance they had to get her out, because Katurah and Jake both are not the greatest Survivor players. They kind of lost their one chance to get her.
We love them.
And she strategically outplayed even people within her alliance, because she used her strategic and social game to outplay Austin using his own idol that he had given to Julie to get Emily out. So D is a fantastic player. I said this last episode. There was some kind of pre-game questionnaire that went out to all the players. They were asked who would they get out first if they could. So I want to say like 8 people said D. And so what I'm going to say on the back of that is that it is my personal belief that the person that has the highest threat level going into 50 is D. I don't necessarily think she's the best player out there. She's definitely up there. I said last episode, I think Suri is the best player on the beach. That's just my opinion. But I think if we're looking at threat levels of who people are the most scared of, who people want out first,
it should be D.
I think D is number 1, baby.
Yeah, I think
that
D and Savannah.
This season is, and I'm not doubting her. She won. I'm never going to doubt a powerful Latina woman. But I think that this is going to be a major uphill battle for D. I think if she wants to stay, she is going to have to be balls to the walls the entire time. I know that she may want to be like, I'm going to take a back seat, and she's a winner and I'm not. So maybe that's the right strategy. But just my perception, I'm like, God, I don't know if you can afford to take a back seat. Like, I feel like you need to be like, I'm not saying scrambling right away. I'm not saying overplaying, but I'm like, everybody's going to want you out. And I'm sure she knows that. But to me, that makes it seem like you need to get your people around you fast. Like, I don't think you can afford to, I'm going to be hands off. I'll let other people drive. Because then I just feel like it makes it so much easier for you to get left out. But like I said, I'm not a Survivor winner. She is. She's probably a lot smarter and more prepared than me. That's just how I feel about it.
But this is your podcast, and you can say whatever you want.
That's just how I feel about D. And like I said, I don't really know if there's too much else to say. Because she just played like such a dominant game. We know she's got the social, strategic, and physical chops.
How many immunity wins did she have?
I believe she had 3. She had 3. I don't think she tied the record.
Okay.
I know she won the final one. She won the one because they made the joke early in the season with her toe being long. She wins one like this challenge where they have to do this shit.
The stacking.
And then she wins. It's the one where.
Yeah, demonstrate.
Like, you're standing and you're putting pressure to, like, hold a ball in place.
Oh, she did that one too?
Yes, and it's her and Austin. I just rewatched this, and she wins. So I'm pretty sure. Nice. I believe that those are her 3 wins.
Okay.
Yes, and then we already talked about she's coming into this game also having Emily from 45. We talked about last episode. I think the perception of other players will be that they're not super close. But D said, like, Emily and I are super close post game. So we could see them potentially working together.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been talking a lot. My underlined take is Dee's a great player. This is going to be a super hard season for her from my perspective. What do you think?
I could not agree more. I think it's an incredibly difficult season. I think she does have the biggest target on her along with Savannah.
Oh, yeah.
And
for sure.
Suri.
Yeah.
And
Kyle's probably up there. I bet Genevieve is up there.
Genevieve is up there. Yeah.
Christian.
Yeah. Duh. Yeah. Christian is so high up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, she has a hard fight, but in her interview, she is like, I feel I'm going to play so free and less scared. She's like, I'm not scared. Like, I don't have anything to lose. Like, I'm a winner.
I was going to say, you have nothing to lose. Like, people can say whatever they want about you. Bitch, you won already.
Yeah, you won.
So, like, what are they going to say?
You already have the million.
Yeah,
like,
what are they going to say?
Yeah, and she did say, like, she wants to bring more fire this time. Because she, like, played so nice and friendly, and her social game was so strong.
I was going to say, that was a strength she had, is that Dee did not, granted, she never really needed to because she was running the whole thing, but she never panicked. She was so calm.
So cool.
So cool. So collected the whole time. So
yeah, she's going to bring fire, she said. She's like, I want to bring the heat. She also mentioned, and this is like, I don't know if you feel the same way, but anyway, she said her first season, it felt a lot more like fake with people, where you just want to act like you're still everyone's friend and like appease everyone. And in this season, she wants it to be a lot more just like straightforward and like straight to business. Yeah. Like, because this is everyone's at least second time.
And they all know each other. They've all seen the confessionals, the gameplay, everything. Yeah. So like,
they know how it goes.
Yeah. Just be straight up.
She just wants to be straight up. And it's like, look, this is what I'm thinking. I'm working like blah, 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 blah. Here's the number. Like, let's crank this out.
Yeah.
And so she's excited to play at that pace and with that level of intensity and heat, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, she could do it. She could crush. What did she say also? Oh, she loved doing the On Fire podcast. She talked about that a lot. Yeah. And she's like, Jeff knows so much about this game, but he's like a true student of it, and he's never played though. Like, he doesn't know how we feel, and he doesn't know the experience of a player. Yeah. But she just raved and raved and raved about Survivor and the experience and how grateful she is. Whatever. I love Dee. I feel like I got a bitter taste about like the Wendell and all of that stuff. I'm just like, Dee. Yeah.
Like outside.
This is my podcast. So I'll say what I want.
Yeah. Like, outside stuff aside. Great,
incredible player. Oh, and one of my absolute favorites. Oh yeah, from the new era. Like, it's not even.
I mean, yeah. I don't think it would be a stretch to say not only like the strongest winner, like strongest player in the new era. Like, it's got to be her or Jessie. Like, I don't really like maybe Charlie. Yeah, Kyle
was really
like
strong.
Jam. Like. She's one of the best players that we've seen in the new era. And I even think too, if we're ranking winners of all 49 seasons, I still think Dee would be up there.
She's
even
at
with
least in like the top 5.
Top half for sure.
I feel like top
5, really?
Maybe
like,
top 10.
I was gonna say top 10 maybe. Top 5 is tough because it's like, God, top 5, it's like
you're
already gonna fill it up with like Tony, Rob, Kim, like that's already 3.
It's like too hard.
But yeah, top 10. I could see an argument for top 10 for sure. Yeah.
All right, so friend and foe, she has a good mix. We can just kind of skip to the people that are on.
I was gonna say let's talk about those.
Okay, Coach is a friend, and she's like, he seems so chill and fun, and just someone you could like kick it with. Yeah. So she loves Coach. Yeah. Chrissy, she put on the foe list. And she does this with a lot of like strong women. She kicks over on the foe list because I think she is that herself. Yeah. And she said that she's too cutthroat and scary. Yeah. So I'm like, true. Yeah. True. Yeah.
True.
Mike is on the friend list because he's playful and fun, and she can get on White Lotus, and then she's like, just kidding, but whatever, he's fun. Jonathan is on the friend list because he's just loyal and he's a meat shield. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And I'm like, that's true. I'm curious if we'll see more strategy from Jonathan. We'll talk about him in a minute. Yeah. Charlie, she started out with him on the foe list, but then she's like, I'll actually stick him over on the friend list. But the thing that she's nervous about is he plays the middle so well. And he's like so good at just like dancing that line. Yeah. And I was like, that's a really good point. But she feels like there will be this intense fire in him to come back and like get the win because he got screwed. Yeah. So she wants to work with him, but kind of, Tiffany, she was like, I want to be a friend, but I have no clue where her head's at. Like, I have no clue how she's going to play this game. I don't know what she's thinking. Yeah. I don't know who she vibes with and who she doesn't. Like, she's just so hard to read. Tiffany may as well be coming from 49.
I was going to say, honestly, we'll get to her just based on what other people have said about her, as well as what we are thinking, Tiffany is the biggest wild card on this cast by far.
The biggest wild card.
Yeah.
100%.
Even more so than like Jenna Lewis, I think.
No, actually.
Like, yeah. Anyway, continue.
Because even from Tiffany's interview, which we'll talk about, it's like, I don't even feel like I got that much.
Yeah.
And Jenna at least like poured her heart out. Anyway,
Yeah.
whatever. Kamilla, she loves Kamilla.
Oh, love.
Dee loves Kamilla. And she wants to work with her so bad. She's like, there's this softness about her and this quality of just like a loyal, good ally. And she wants to rock it with him or with her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's great. And then that's pretty much it for this tribe, I think. Kyle, fellow winners stick together. She doesn't like Sav and Rizzo. She's like, bye.
Yeah.
She said they haven't processed the emotions of the game, so they're going to come in too hot. I'm like, okay, D. Okay, D.
All right.
I'm like, good for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's D. The winner on this tribe, on the Kalo tribe.
Yes.
We'll see. I feel like she'll be fine for a little while.
I hope so.
And I think they need her for a minute.
We'll
for
see.
Strength.
Yeah, we'll see. I think
this tribe is such a weird match.
Yeah, this tribe is very, very interesting overall. Yeah.
All right, Jonathan.
The man, the myth, the legend. One of the most physically dominant and also like physically imposing players that we've seen, not only in the new era, just like in general. He played on 42.
Yeah.
Got 4th place, went out in fire. Still don't think he would have won. Even if he made it to final tribal. I think Marianne kind of had it locked up no matter what. But he got 4th place. Really was known for being, like I said, a super strong physical player, basically carries his tribe through the pre-merge pretty much single-handedly. And then through the latter half of the game, sticks really close with that Taku 4 alliance to get deep. In a not shady way at all, I don't really remember too much, if any, regarding his like social or strategic prowess, because I just don't feel like there was a lot happening in that arena with him.
And Lindsay had this battle.
Yes, I remember the rivalry they had. I'm saying more in like, I don't necessarily consider him as someone that demonstrated a lot of like strategic acumen.
Yeah, I understand.
And we were mentioning earlier, I think his social game is probably where he has a bit of area to grow, because he, and Marianne took it very graciously, which speaks to her social adaptability. But he like snapped at his tribe quite a few times.
Yeah.
Like, and I understand. Well, I guess I should say, I don't know what it's like to be starving. So like, I wouldn't judge somebody for acting like that, especially when you're 7 feet tall and ripped. Like you need so many calories every day. But I think that's an area that he would need to make a lot of changes in, because I don't think, especially when you're playing on season 50, an all-star season, that people are going to want to give you the million just because you are fit and you fed them, Yeah. Like,
that won't be enough to win a season like this.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, I feel bad because, well, maybe not bad, but like, I just don't really have a ton to say about Jonathan, just because I feel like, if I was just reducing down his game on 42, I feel like that's really all there is to say, was that he was a loyal number to his alliance, and he was super good in a lot of challenges, not all of them, because I think Lindsay won just as many immunities as he did. I think certain things were more well adapted to her. If I remember right, I feel like balancing stuff was kind of a struggle for him because he was so big.
Top heavy too.
But like, obviously in the tribal challenges, we could fully expect to just see him completely dominate, which this tribe may need, because as I said earlier, I think this tribe, from my initial perspective, is physically the weakest overall. So I think Jonathan will be a much needed part for this tribe.
I think he will, because on the women's side, they're good with Dee and Chrissy alone, and Tiff is strong.
Then they have Kamilla.
And they have Kamilla,
who's good at puzzles.
Who's great at
Amazing
puzzles.
Amazing at puzzles.
Incredible. And so is Chrissy.
Yes.
But then on the physical side, Jonathan will need to scary for the men. But Coach is still like in good shape. And
like
whatever.
Coach Charlie. Yeah, like I don't think it's like this tribe is completely screwed.
No.
Just from when you look at the other two, like on Sela, you've got Joe and you've got Ozzy and you've got Savannah, and then on Vatu, you have Kyle, Q, Colby, Stephanie, Genevieve. Like it just seems a little bit stacked against this tribe.
Yeah.
I'm also just gonna say controversial yet brave take potentially. I think I like no matter what happens on this season, I don't expect to enjoy watching Jonathan on this season.
Really?
Not in like a, oh, he's horrible. It's just, I guess what I should say is like, I don't expect him to surprise me, impress me, entertain me.
Yeah.
And I say that with a ton of respect to like all the effort that he puts into maintaining his physique and playing Survivor and coming back and whatever. I'm just like not that excited to watch him. That's just my opinion.
I'm thrilled.
Okay, great.
And I love your your opinion.
This is great.
This is speaking for the outfit portion
Yes.
of the Queens of Ponderosa, because I was a competitive athlete and I love sports, and I just from like a competitor standpoint, I'm stoked to watch him again. Just to
Okay.
like watch him perform
Yeah.
in challenges, because he has one of the most impressive pre-merge performances ever.
Oh yeah.
Physically.
There's that challenge in 42 where they're like in the water
And he literally is
carrying his entire
tribe
tribe
mates.
like on in his hands.
Yes.
Like yanking Marianne through the
Yes.
water, and they won.
He's
It's crazy.
incredible.
Oh yeah.
So I just like watching that part of it.
Yeah.
But it's like, are we going to see anything new? No.
Yeah.
But am I still excited to watch him perform? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's great.
I know that's not everything to some people.
Yeah, no, and that's diversity of opinion is great.
Yeah, it is
that's
great.
Wonderful.
And I love
There's
your take.
Something for everybody.
There is.
For me, I'm like, if we had a 42 rep, I really would have loved to see Omer.
I would have died to see
Loved
Omar.
to see Omer
I
on
love
42.
him.
He
Yeah.
would have been. It would have been so fun to see him with all these other players. Anyway, but yeah,
Even Mike Turner.
Yeah.
Mike would have been great.
Yeah.
Because he did well in challenges and he's strong and
Yeah.
I'm like, I love Mike.
yeah.
Anyway, so something Jonathan mentioned, because he was just so tired. They are out doing press at 3:45 in the morning out there. Did you know that?
Wow.
I'm like, in what light? Anyway, Jonathan, there hasn't been that much time that's passed, but since then he sold a business, started a new business, and started a nonprofit.
Okay.
Did you know him and Boston Rob are friends?
I feel like I have seen this somewhere, maybe on Reddit or something.
He and Boston Rob are friends, and Boston Rob wrote him a letter.
Okay, fierce. Oh, I'm gonna hydrate too.
Yeah, hydrate. In this letter, Boston Rob said to read it on the plane. And he gave 3 pieces of advice. One is to smile. And I was like, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
Jonathan
good.
can look a little
He
scary.
looks intense.
Yeah,
Just because he's so big and
Yes.
tall, and he's
intimidating.
very intimidating. So to smile. Number 2, look at the game through your opponent's eyes always. Through just run through it at night. Like, what is best for person X and Y and Z? Like, anyway, I thought that was good, because I think he can also just get blinders on like his way, and he was like that with his alliance members.
Yeah.
He was so rigid.
Yeah.
And they were just like, how do we work with this guy?
Yeah,
The third thing was to only worry about the things you can control. You can't control crazy advantages. You can't control idols. You can't control swaps. Like, you can't control these things. So just focus on what you can control and just let the rest go. And then you just play with what you're dealt. That's it. And I was like, that's interesting. I wonder how well he knows Jonathan. I'm like, is Jonathan a control freak? I didn't know.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. Who
Maybe.
knows? He also mentioned, I can't remember who gave him this piece of advice, but just to never get comfortable in
yeah.
the game. Because the second you're comfortable,
Out.
you're gone. You're
You're
out.
gone.
Out.
Yeah.
Something else to know is there's no one from 42 on this cast other
Yes.
than him. So he's a free agent
Yeah.
and he's alone. He's not tied to anyone from his season. And he's really excited to work with the old school players. Are we surprised? No.
No.
No. And he also said that the new school people aren't as tight as he thinks they are. He's like, I don't think it'll be totally old school versus new school. If it is, I want to go old school. But he's like, I think it's not as like kumbaya. Because he's like, I've seen these people at events and I feel like they're fake. So
Okay.
I'm like, okay, Jonathan. Okay. Going into friend or foe, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but mostly, psych, it's a mixed bag. So coach, friend, are we surprised? No. He feels like he can read coach well and that coach will understand him. Chrissy is a friend because she's a challenge beast. She's a great player and a loyal alliance member. Mike White, he feels like we mentioned earlier, Mike White doesn't have anything to prove. He already has all the money and he's here to just play and have fun and be a kid.
Yeah.
And he loves that in Mike White.
Yeah.
D, he puts on the foe list and said major target. I'd work with her for like a second and then she's got to be gone. So I'm like, okay. D might not stand a shot on this tribe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's looking bleak.
I don't think so. Charlie is a foe for Jonathan because he doesn't like Taylor Swift, is what he said.
Okay.
He's like, I don't like Taylor Swift, so we can't work together.
He would get along with Savannah. That was something that we didn't really talk about last episode.
Yeah.
Do you remember in Savannah's interview when she's like, do you know who my least favorite person in the world is?
Yes. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
She did say that.
Yeah. So maybe Jonathan and Savannah will have
Be
something
friends.
that they can connect with. So
Yeah, Savannah
that's-
has a very
that's funny.
strong take. She's like, Taylor Swift is my least favorite person in this world. I'm like, wow.
And that shot Savannah up my winner rankings as soon as I heard her say that. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
It was a joke.
It was a joke.
I did
Yeah.
love it though.
Yeah.
Kamilla is on the foe list because she's too sneaky for Jonathan. And he's worried about her connection to Kyle. And he feels like whether they talk or don't talk, they're going to be working together. Which sucks for them. And it's like, Jonathan really comes in with the perk of being alone, I guess. Because there's no other label slapped on him from 42. Like, he's not tied to anyone.
Yeah.
Like, they are tied together. So that's his take. Oh, and Tiffany is a friend. He's like, Tiffany's a friend. I don't know why. It's just a vibe. I don't know anything about her.
Okay.
Other funny thing is that he couldn't remember who Emily was. Emily Flippin.
Girl,
I kid
be
you.
for fucking real.
No. Bible. He, like, you know, Mike Bloom has to edit it sometimes.
Yeah.
Normally it's like pretty free flowing.
There's like
they
a
had to
cut.
cut it multiple times when he was like,
Who is
and
this?
Mike Bloom's like, in the turtleneck, and she was
Yeah.
wearing a turtleneck today, and he was like, turtleneck? What? And he's like, yeah, and she was on, but he can't be like, she did X, Y, and Z,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
da. And all of a sudden he goes, oh, Flippin. Yeah, I love Flippin. Like, she's a friend. And he's like, I literally only remember her as Flippin. I don't know why I couldn't remember Emily. Anyway, it was like, Jonathan, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, is the sleep deprivation and the lack of food already getting to him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He doesn't necessarily strike me as someone that has like, that would like really
Study.
keep up with the show though.
Yeah.
Just in my opinion.
Yeah,
could
I
be
think
wrong.
that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's true. Okay, the next person is Kamilla.
All right. Kamilla. We talked about Kamilla quite a bit in a previous episode when we were talking about Kyle. But yes, Kamilla, 48. It's interesting. It seems like a running theme with this tribe is that there's multiple people that if one thing would have gone differently, they would have won the game, which is what I would say about Kamilla too, because it really came down to whoever won the final immunity challenge in 48 between Kamilla or Kyle was going to win.
Yeah. Assuming they lost in fire.
Yes. So Kamilla, you know, we've talked about already. On 48, she aligns very closely with Kyle and has a secret alliance with him basically the entire game. They run the game together with Kyle being a bit more visible versus her. Kyle is very physically strong. Kamilla is very puzzle strong in challenges. And then they both had really good strategic games. I remember specifically when I started standing Kamilla was in the pre-merge when Kamilla and Kyle put on the crazy show for the California girls for Kyle
was
to
so
then
cool.
play his idol, and they blindside Thomas. And I was like, oh,
I love them.
Love Kamilla. And then, yes, Kamilla gets fourth place because Kyle wins final immunity, puts her in fire against Joe, and she loses, and then advocates for him to win, and he does. So Kamilla, Going into this game, obviously there's the 48 connection because there's 3 of them. Joe, Kyle, Kamilla, they're all in separate tribes.
Why are they all there?
Yeah, I think, again, like, I'm not a producer. I'm not in charge. If I was casting for 50, I would have just taken Kamilla. Kyle won, and I don't think that Joe is someone I need to watch on Survivor again.
Like,
I would have
honestly,
just taken Kamilla.
And then if they needed another male winner, Jam.
Yeah. Or just, like, not cast winners on...
Or just don't cast winners, actually.
Like,
that would be
that's
great.
the thing, though. They always cast winners on... All Stars had winners. Heroes vs. Villains had winners.
Yeah.
Game Changers had winners. Winners at War. The only All Star season that didn't was Cambodia, but that's because it was specifically Second Chance. So they always cast winners. But yeah, same. Like Kyle, I don't know.
Whatever.
My opinion, which Kamilla from the interview doesn't agree with, so she's smarter than me. I feel like if people are already gonna link you, just why not just work with them anyway?
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, yes, is it better for her game if Kyle gets voted out? Yes. I completely agree. But if you and Kyle get to the merge, people are already going to think that you're working together. So just do it.
Yeah, just do
it.
it.
Why hide it? Because like if you hide it and get caught, it looks shady. If you don't talk to each other at all, it looks shady. If you're in separate alliances, people are going to think that you're going to talk to each other. So like just
do it.
That's me. I've never played Survivor, so they'll probably disagree and they know better than me. But that's like my take is if Kamilla gets to the merge and Joe and Kyle are there, everyone's going to think you're working together anyway. So just lean into it. Just do it.
Something that was scary about this pair is they would only need 2 minutes.
Yeah.
To link up.
Yeah.
To talk and agree and move on.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's what's so scary about them is that they don't need a lot of time anyway.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing that could happen for Kamilla is that Kyle gets voted out pre-merge.
Oh, yeah. I think that her game chances drastically improve.
I agree.
If he gets voted out before, even before there's a tribe swap and they potentially get, I'm like, if Kyle goes, I don't think he's going to go first, but if he goes first, I think her game goes way better for her.
I think so too.
So, as far as like what I think Kamilla needs to do to, like be successful in 50, she talks about in her interview that like, it's going to be at the forefront of people's minds because they just finished watching 48 that she is like sneaky and like has the reputation of like presenting herself as like this weak, nerdy girl. Sort of a
quiet,
thing. Yeah. So
goofy.
I kind of think that she maybe needs to take a page out of Dee's book and be, I wouldn't say aggressive, but like more open, more straightforward, and like and ready to just like fuck shit up. Because everybody's already gonna have this perception of like, oh, like she's gonna try and play it off that she's like trying to be more chill this time or be less strategic or whatever. Like, I think that she needs to be, I wouldn't necessarily say a driver because, again, you don't want to overplay, but like, that's just my take is I feel like you need to avoid situations in which people are thinking or perceiving that you're going to be like conniving, planning, sneaking, and just be like
and
here's
the thing
tea.
is they already assume that about her.
Yeah.
They already assume, and they've seen a game where she plays sneaky and conniving and quiet, but she's still driving and controlling, and that's really scary to people. So I think the best thing she could do is play a more forward, fiery, aggressive game, because I think people wouldn't expect that.
Yeah.
And I think she would almost come off as less threatening in a way, because the more quiet she is, they're like, we know it. Like, we knew she would do this, and we know she's doing more behind the scenes. So if she's just like trying to sit back, they're already going to assume you're controlling everything by just being quiet. So you got to be opposite and like take a page out of Dee's book.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I do think that on this tribe in particular, this tribe, like we said, is the hardest to read. But Kamilla going early would not surprise me. I think that the two people that are most likely to go out
On this
early,
tribe?
I think, are Dee and Kamilla. I don't necessarily think Camilla's threat level is as high as Dee's, but I just kind of get that sense of like, especially like Jonathan, Coach, and Chrissy seems like a pretty obvious trio to me. Like, I think that's going to happen. It wouldn't surprise me if Charlie and Tiffany maybe get tangentially pulled into that, which then leaves
Mike.
Dee. Mike is there too. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I could see Chrissy, Coach, Jonathan, Mike, and then they just need one more. And I think that the casualties, if this tribe loses a couple challenges, like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like Dee, Kamilla, Charlie.
I
like,
think
get the
Tiffany
boot.
they'll keep around because just the others are more threatening.
Oh yeah, Tiffany's threat level. We'll talk about her.
Okay.
Anyway, what did Kamilla say about her game and her friends and foes?
So Kamilla is so funny. She's such a funny personality. She feels like she would have outplayed herself without Kyle in 48.
Yes, she
She
was like Kyle was like the patient
Calm.
one.
Yeah, he was calm. He was patient, and she was so like neurotic and just whatever. So he was a good calm to her, and so she kind of needs that a little bit, and she wants to sell herself as like, I am the loyal alliance member. I am the honest, loyal alliance member. And if you are my number one, like, we run this thing together. And I think that is a really good selling point when you are on a tribe with people that do value strong allies.
Yeah.
So that's where I see if she gets strong in with like Coach, because Coach is her favorite player of all time.
Oh yeah. Oh, see, then that's maybe her way in.
Yeah. Because Coach is her favorite of all time. And she's like, he is such a badass in person. Like she's obsessed with him.
Yeah.
So I think he will be a good protection to her. And I think a Coach Kamilla alliance would be so cute, actually.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
So I love that. I think she hit the something on the nose. What's the saying?
The nail on the head.
Nail on the head.
Yeah.
Yep. She's on the nose.
And even with
for that.
and even you saying that, I'm just like, things look even more bleak for Dee.
Bye,
now.
Dee.
Like
Sorry.
I really do think that she will be the first boot from this tribe.
She very
Unless
well could
something
be.
goes crazy, I think she's out first.
I think she could be out first. I could also see Charlie not
Yes.
getting his footing
Yeah.
socially.
Yeah.
And people just liking Dee because
Yeah.
she is so likable. And Coach is like, I'm not scared of her.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone else seems like, I don't know. I think everyone wants winners out eventually. But anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, Coach is a favorite of all time. She feels like something that's on her side is she doesn't have anything to prove in this game.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't have anything to prove. I don't have anything to like live up to from my season. So who cares? Where's my continued? Sometimes. Oh, the next note I just saw is Mike on drugs? Okay, where does Kamilla continue? Is she on this side? No, because then that goes to Jonathan. Where does Kamilla go? I thought it would be this one. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Okay. Chrissy, she put in the faux side because she's good at challenges and she's really, really smart. Mike is on the faux side because she feels like she can't read him and he always looks confused. She's like, he looks confused
He's
constantly.
like, he never looks like he understands like where he is or what he's doing.
Or what's going on.
Yeah.
Is he on drugs? We don't know.
Don't
Just
know.
kidding. Jonathan is on the friend side for challenges and then bye. She's like, merge, bye, 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 bye. You can go. Dee, she put on the friend side because she's like honest and loyal and maybe she fills like a Kyle role for Kamilla, which would be good. Charlie, she put on the foe that he just needs to go. She can't trust him, but he needs he needed a Kamilla in the final tribal. So she wants to try and sell that to Charlie, being like, you needed a alliance member that would root for you, not like destroy you.
Yeah.
You know, so he might be triggered by that. I don't know, whatever. Tiffany, she put on the friend side because she was there for Kenzie and she was the Kamilla in her season for Kenzie. And she loved that. And she's like, I need someone like me for myself in the final tribal.
Yeah.
And Tiffany doesn't have anything to prove. She doesn't have anything to prove. So they could ball out together.
Yeah.
So that's Kamilla's take. She did say in regards to Kyle that she is so pissed off that he's there.
Yes.
And she said if she knew that he was coming back in 50, she would have said no.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
I'm like, I wouldn't have, I feel like I have a sliver in my finger. She's like, I legit would not have even showed up. I would have been like, no, I'm not playing with him here because we're screwed.
Yeah.
So she is kind of like bitter about that. She said the best thing will be if he leaves before they can reach
100%.
each other. So that's Kamilla.
Yeah.
I love her.
I
And
love
I'm
her
excited.
too. Yes.
I want to see a game that's different for her.
That's what I was going to say. I really hope with love to Kyle. I hope he goes out soon because I want to see Kamilla play Survivor without him.
And I think he would love that too for her.
Yes.
Like he's so positive and so happy for her.
That's why I'm like, I wish it was, I also wish it was just her from 49 or from 48 so that we could see what it would be like without him.
See her
there.
ride solo,
But,
like be so free.
Definitely.
Anyway. Okay. Mike White.
Mike White. So
the icon, the legend.
Yes. Mike White of David versus Goliath fame, of White Lotus fame, of Amazing Race fame. He's done it all. So before playing Survivor, he played the Amazing Race twice.
Wow.
And did very well both times. I don't remember his exact placements. I haven't really watched the Amazing Race very much.
Either.
But played twice and did very well both times. Was close personal friends with Jeff Probst. And then was cast on Survivor season 37 on the Goliath tribe. Was cast on the Goliath tribe because he was, at the time, I mean, he was famous in Hollywood
already.
before. His biggest thing was School of Rock. He wrote the movie
Nacho Libre.
and yes, and Nacho Libre. And then yes, after Survivor, partially inspired by Survivor, he then created the Emmy Award winning series, The White Lotus, which
I
airs
still haven't seen
on HBO, which is amazing. It's so good. Anyway, on David versus Goliath, Mike plays a very strong game. Has a bit of a rocky start. If you remember, like there's a couple things that happen early on that have him in like a bit of hot water, but he recovers really, really well. And again, we're talking about so many people that if things were different, they could have or should have won. Mike is another one that I've seen a lot of sentiment online that people ultimately feel that Mike played a stronger game than Nick. Because Mike got second, Nick won. I believe the vote was like, I want to say like 6-3 or something. A lot of people feel that Mike played a stronger game than Nick.
I love Nick though.
But Nick had the better story. And also it's David versus Goliath. Like a David had to win sort of thing. Not saying it was like rigged for a David to win, but like that was in people's minds. There's a lot of people that subscribe to the theory that Mike kind of threw the final tribal to Nick because he was like, I don't need to win. I don't know if I believe that.
I also just think Mike lost because Nick just had some really impressive moves with the Davids in using like Davy's advantages, and he had advantages, and you know, like they had Carl, the Godfather. They made some really cool moves where the Davids were on the bottom and they just got all the, like, it's such a good story.
Oh yeah.
And Nick, I think, was more likable in Final Tribal and to watch at the jury or like at tribal councils.
Yeah.
Because Mike struggled to like take accountability, and he would get really defensive when people like would try and put a target on him or whatever. I just think he played kind of like a villain and pouted a little bit, and Nick was just so much more lovable and had such a good story, and he was able to own a lot of things where I think Mike was a little bit on the defense on some stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And the comments, he made some really mean comments to Allison, where she was like, she like wasn't playing with a shred of dignity anymore, and like things like that. He just said some really like villainous things that I was like, you lost because people didn't like you in the end. You know, that was my take.
Okay.
Don't you think? You can say no.
It's not that I would say no. I just feel like I don't really remember that being my impression. I haven't watched David versus Goliath that was the very first old, like, it wasn't the first season of Survivor Josh watched, but when I started showing him older ones, that was the first one I showed him.
Oh, so it was so long ago.
So it was probably like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I just rewatched it to coming into 50 because I'm like, there's 3 people from it. And he definitely just had...
Okay, I need to give it a rewatch then.
He was just kind of like... He lost and he could have won. Yeah. He really, really did.
Yeah.
But Nick was such an excellent storyteller, which is so ironic.
Yes.
That he lost to Mike.
Yeah.
Or he won Nick. Yeah.
That Mike
you know what I'm
lost to
saying.
Nick.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So anyway, like we were saying, lots of people on this tribe where it's like they were almost there. If things would have been a little different, they would have won. I'll also correct something I said in the last episode. We were talking about queer representation. We were saying, Ozzy's the only queer rep. Mike is also queer. He is bi and partnered to a man. So apologies for that. We've got 2 queer reps on this season.
We got you, Mike.
Yes, we do. We have not forgotten you. So coming into 50, Alicia's already brought up a lot of really good points that have been made from like what other people have kind of been saying or perceiving about him. But yeah, Mike's philosophy going into this seems to be like, I'm taking a break from my show. I feel like I'm always kind of booked and busy, just like doing the White Lotus. That this is a nice little vacation and I'm here to just enjoy myself and like have fun and experience all of that again and play. We've talked at length about how there's 3 David versus Goliathers on this season, 1 on each tribe. Regardless of how they feel about each other, all of the other players are perceiving the 3 of them as a trio and a big threat. So I think that may play into the way that people play the game with Mike. As far as like if I was to comment on like what does he need to do to like win season 50, I'm a little bit stumped on this one, honestly.
Because he played such an excellent game. I think it's just being aware and taking accountability, because he didn't take accountability of his game enough in the end. Yeah,
I was gonna say like I think awareness is a big thing. I think it'll just be like a big ask for people, especially post White Lotus, to award him. Like everyone always wants to say like the money doesn't like what am I trying to say? People have made the case that like the longer Survivor has gone on, it's more about who played the best game rather than who deserves it. But I don't think that's true. I think that still is a factor in a lot of people's minds. We saw on 46 Q's question, which a lot of people online were like, that question was unfair. But it's like, he can ask whatever he wants. He asked like, what would you do with the money? And Charlie's like, oh, well, like I didn't even remember what he said. But then in comparison to Kenzie's answer, she's like, you know, I own my own business. I've been working since I was like 15. I want to start a family. Like, yeah, obviously, like you would want to give the money to that person. So I think that'll be a hard sell if Mike gets to Final Tribal for people to like award him $1 million. What I feel like needs to happen is if Mike wants to win 50, he needs to like take a page out of like an old Survivor playbook and get to the end with like 2 goats. I really think that's the only way that he's winning.
Which is interesting. You know who he said he wanted to sit next to in Final Tribal was Cirie and Ozzy.
Oh, girl, you're losing.
Yeah.
He would be Ozzy, but if Cirie's in Final Tribal with you, honey.
Yeah, sorry.
I just I can't even imagine a scenario where everybody's like, oh, we have to give it to her.
Yeah.
He wants to sit with Cirie and Ozzy.
He said he wants to sit next to Cirie and Ozzy.
Oh, girl. Is he being serious?
Yes. And he said, he said, my mission this season is to make it the most exciting season.
Oh, so he wants Cirie to win. Okay, Mike, love you. Mike for Final 3.
Mike for president.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Mike. And here's the thing about his like David versus Goliath game. I love Mike, and I love the moments he had with like Angelina, and I love villain moments. Like he certainly made it an exciting game.
Yes.
And I just adore Mike, and I'm really excited to see what he does. And I would love to see him sit next to Cirie and Ozzy.
Oh yeah.
Neither of them are on his tribe.
Nope.
But could he do it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I love that he's this is the play that I wanted. You just vote out the boring people. That's what Mike's going to do.
Yes, and thank God
And
for
we
him.
can count on him.
And there's a couple boring people on his tribe that he should start with.
That are snooze fest.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go.
Let's hear it.
Here we go. Coach is a foe because Mike is not I will be honorable to the end, brother. We will die together and I'll fall on my sword for you. He's like, I don't like that. Coach knows I don't like that. He's a foe.
So then maybe that potential alliance I was talking about earlier may not turn out.
But Mike could be smart enough. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Know. D is on the foe list. She has to go. Sorry, you've had your fun. That's what he said. You've had your fun. Charlie's on the foe list. He is like, I loved this take actually. He said, Charlie has the energy of like, he has to be the smartest guy in the room. And I don't think Charlie is that outwardly arrogant, but I also feel like Mike is that way. Because in David versus Goliath, because Nick and Angelina and Mike had their Jabeni 3 alliance, but Mike was just getting annoyed with like Nick still running so much. And Nick was like, we got to go for Christian. We got to go for Christian. And Mike was just so annoyed being like kind of told what to do, even though they all agreed we need to get out Christian. Angelina wanted to get out Christian. But Mike was like, no, we need to go for Carl. And he just like had to blindside Nick just because he didn't like being told what to do. Yeah. So I'm like, Mike, that's a read on yourself. Anyway, but I love it. Okay. Chrissy, at first, he said friend, but then he's like, actually, she's a foe. He said she's a friend because she's like more maternal and like just friendly. And then he's like, actually, she's a badass and she's a foe. Sorry, I completely forgot about that. Jonathan is a friend. He is praying that Jonathan's on his tribe, so prayers answered.
He was like, so I don't have to go to tribal pre-merge.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to go to tribal pre-merge, so I hope we have Jonathan, which is you do, but you still might need to step up a little bit. He said Q is gorgeous. I just had to say that. I know Q is not on this tribe. He was one of the most gorgeous men. And he is. He is. He's so gorgeous. Yeah. Tiff is a friend because she seems really cool, but he's like, I just need to get to know her. I don't know anything about her. So he has no reason to throw her on the foe tribe or the foe list. Kamilla, he started off as a friend, but then he's like, nah, she's a foe. She said, this was so funny, and I could see this being the case. He's like, Kamilla seems like the girl that's here just waiting for her parents to pick her up. And she seems like lost and like she's acting like she's in trouble all the time. And I don't know if it's because she's like so young and it's just this little girl vibe to him.
Maybe that's the vibe she wants to give off too.
But it's like she's just sitting there like, I'm just waiting for my mom and dad to get me. I'm like, oh my gosh, Mike, it's so funny. He's such a good storyteller too. So that's kind of the lowdown he has. So Chrissy, Jonathan, Tiff, Kamilla are on the friend side.
What did he say about Angelina and Christian?
Friends.
Well,
actually, let's see. Where's Christian? Did I write down Christian? Angelina. Oh, Christian he put on the foe side. Yeah. Because he said we're real friends outside of this game, but he thinks that Christian will want revenge on him. Angelina, he's like, she's my survivor girlfriend, my bestie in this game. Like, she would be a friend, of course. Like, I'd love to play with her again. Fierce. So that's Mike.
My last question for you is, I know you haven't watched it yet, but of everybody on season 50, who is going to make a cameo on the White Lotus? Who is Mike going to invite to be the cameo?
I don't know. I think it might be D.
My gut.
What do you think?
Well,
I haven't seen it though, so I feel like I don't know who he's looking.
So it's always been
maybe
David.
Q.
It's always been David versus Goliath people first. That's what I was gonna say.
I was just gonna say Q actually.
It's always been David versus Goliath people first. So Alec is on season 1. Kara and Angelina are on season 2. Natalie, Napalm, and Carl are on season 3. I was gonna say, I feel like based on what he said, because they're getting ready to film season 4 now after they filmed 50. So I feel like it could be Q for sure. I could also see D being a good option. There's also a part of me that feels like Coach could be on there too. Yeah. Like Coach being on the White Lotus just seems like it'd be funny.
It would be cool.
Season 4 is set in France. Ooh. And the talk is that the Cannes Film Festival is going to be a plot point. So I'm like, I could totally see the Survivor cameo being like like an actor on the carpet at the Cannes Film Festival or something.
I was just gonna say too, something that popped into my head. I could see him and Rizzo vibing if they got together. Couldn't you?
Yeah.
I feel like him and Rizzo could totally vibe.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Q, since he was like, Q is gorgeous.
I was gonna say maybe the showmance that we'll see, because I mentioned last episode, I was like, if we see a showmance, I want a man on man showmance, like maybe Q and Mike. We'll see. Q and Mike and Ozzy. I don't know.
Q, Mike, and Ozzy.
We'll see what
Who
happens.
knows?
Yeah, I love that.
I love
Ozzy
it.
can put that on his OnlyFans.
It's like, look at us.
All right. Last but not least, we have
Tiffany.
Tiffany Ervin from Survivor 46. 8th place, so made it to the merge, is part of the like 5-person string of people that got voted out with an idol in their pocket. I think it was 4 or 5. It was Hunter, Tiff,
I don't know,
Venus, Q, and then Jem earlier in that season. So yeah, she was part of that string of players that got voted out with an idol in their pocket. And then, as you were saying earlier, Tiffany was strongly aligned with Kenzie and Q. They were on the same tribe at the beginning, the Disaster Tribe, Yanu. Kenzie and Tiffany work really closely together. And then Tiffany is like a big advocate for Kenzie on the jury, and Kenzie ends up winning. As far as her being on season 50, I think we can very safely say that Tiffany is the biggest, like, what the fuck
head scratcher
casting on 50. Not anything about her personally or like who she is as a person, but it is genuinely a bit of a bizarre casting choice to me, because I don't really feel like
this is where a Shan should
literally
go,
like I want to try and be sensitive about the comment that I'm about to make, because I think I probably said something similar however many episodes ago, but you know, if Tiffany is being cast as part of a diversity quota and they were specifically looking for like Black women to be on the show, it does just kind of surprise me
that it was her.
Yeah, that Tiff is who they would pick. Like
MC, star.
That's what I'm saying.
Shan.
Like, if Shan said
Drea.
no, if Shan said no, then obviously like whatever. But yeah, like Tiffany being there is just kind of odd. Like she, even in this cast, I just feel like she sticks out like a sore thumb.
I know.
Like, and again,
and I feel for her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to say, and it's not about her as like a person. And obviously, yes, they asked her, she should be there, and she shouldn't feel bad about it because she's not in charge of casting. It just feels like odd. Like she is not that it's all about placements, but she's like the lowest placing castaway on the season by far. Like, I think the next lowest person is, well, okay, I guess not by far, because Emily got 7th. So I guess not that far. But I just feel like what really separates Tiffany is that, like, it's funny when you mention, like, people were saying, like, who? Because that's kind of how I feel of, like, I don't really remember a lot of what Tiffany did. I remember like Banu crying to her and her being like, stand up. What are you doing? And then I remember her getting voted out. I remember her getting voted out with an idol in her pocket. But like, I don't really feel like there was a lot that she did on her season that like warrants her being cast on this monumental 50th, like overarching celebration of Survivor season. With all of that being, I mean, maybe you have thoughts on that too, because I don't want to cut off that
like,
point.
It's like everyone is here
odd.
for a reason, like on the season for a reason. So it's like, why is Tiffany here? I don't know. Yeah. Like I genuinely can't even pinpoint like iconic moments. I guess when Banu was like crying to her, but like,
it's just odd.
It's just so odd. And just so confusing. Like, when I saw she was on the cast, I also was like, who?
Yeah.
Tiffany who?
Yeah.
Huh? Like, who's Tiffany?
I just remember being shocked of like, because I remember like there were rumors, you know, we've talked about this at length of like who was going to be on 50. And there were people that were in contention that seemed to be cut deep into the process.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm kind of left scratching my head that, like, you know, even considering the women of color that were in talks.
No, I just named so many.
Like, I know Abby Maria was in talks, and I would have loved to see her on 50. I didn't really enjoy watching this player, but I know that Say from 48 was in talks. Do we need 4 people from 48? No, but I'm like, I feel like Say would have been more interesting on 50
Star would have been
than
iconic.
Tiffany. Yeah, like, and then, yes, we talked about Shan. If Shan said no, I think that Drea, yes. I feel like there's no chance she was getting asked because I feel like production hates her.
I love her.
Because she caused a lot of drama at Ponderosa.
Oh, really?
Did you know about this?
No.
Oh, when she got back to Ponderosa, well, I guess I should say specifically when Omer got back to Ponderosa.
What happened?
Oh, Drea went after him. And,
why?
Like, screamed at him because she was pissed that he told that she ruined her game because him and Mike were the ones that like got her to misplay her knowledge tower and screwed her.
Yeah.
And she like screamed at him and like a lot the conversation online is that allegedly the reason that we don't have Ponderosa videos anymore is because of drama at Ponderosa happening on 41 and 42 because Shan apparently screamed at people at Ponderosa and then Drea screamed at people at Ponderosa too. And I'm like,
give the people what they want.
Is that not all the more reason to have Ponderosa videos?
I want to see
My favorite Ponderosa video of all time is Survivor 25 Philippines where RC screams at Abby.
Incredible.
Like after Abby gets voted out. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
We want to see it.
That's what I want to see.
You know what else? I can't believe I just forgot her name. Oh my word. What the crap? She's on Brains, Brawn, Beauty. She's on the Brains tribe, but she's
Jatia, Tasha.
Tasha. Tasha would have been amazing.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see Tasha again.
You know, we want to do a maybe potentially even more out of left field pick. We already have 3 winners, so whatever. Vesepia Tauri.
Yeah.
Vesepia Tauri wasn't asked for winners at War. Bitch, bring her back here.
Yeah, I would
The
watch
first
it.
Black woman to win. True game changer. The first winner to win that was on the bottom. Every other winner had been in the majority alliance the whole game. You know? Even Marianne. Like, you know, we want to bring back winners. And if we were specifically looking for like Black women to cast on the show, which is great.
Incredible.
Yeah, like I would have loved to see Marianne again. So anyway.
And again, it's not like shade to Tiffany. It's just like, what did you do?
Yeah,
like she didn't impact the game at that level.
I just feel like it seems like
I wouldn't be mad at her coming back for like a new era All-Stars.
Oh, yes.
But 50 is just like,
it's just weird. And to me, it reads like production had an archetype or a demographic they wanted to fill.
But it's like,
and we're just like,
what is hers?
We know who will say yes. I feel like it's...
wouldn't? That's what I'm like.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. We don't know.
The archetype I feel like they wanted to fill was like, you know, Black woman from the new era and, you know, good for Tiffany. So talking about Tiffany's game, I think that something that works to her advantage is that she's being perceived as a bit of a what the fuck casting pick because we've already heard earlier that a lot of people are like, who? I don't even remember her. What's going on?
Yeah, so many people have said that.
So if we're talking threat levels, I would argue that alongside Jenna Lewis, I think Tiffany probably has the lowest threat level of anybody on 50. Maybe some people are going to be like, oh, because like I don't really know a lot about her, she could be threatening. But like I feel like she'll be able to use that to her advantage. We've seen that work really well on previous All-Star seasons. Amber, everybody was like, who? And Amber won All-Stars. Sarah Lacina on Game Changers. You know, even Parv on Fans versus Favorites. Like at the time, I think people were like, So that bodes well for Tiffany. Usually, specifically women on All-Star seasons that are like lower threat level do really well. We know that I mean, again, I don't really remember. She seems like physically fit, but I don't really remember if she like won immunities and her tribe sucked at challenges. So like it didn't really matter.
I remember, so in the interview with Mike Bloom, and this helps add context as to why she might be here, he talked a lot about her being a reactive player And
Oh,
she
yeah.
made a lot of facial expressions. She would cuss people out.
Yes.
And so I think she
Which was
might.
fierce.
Yeah. So I think maybe that's why she's back. Just
Yeah.
because she'll add like interest and
spice.
she's not afraid to like speak her mind. And yeah, she'll add spice.
Mm-hmm.
And excuse me, because a lot of people don't remember her. Again, it's like, what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Yeah. And see, like, I need to just like eat all my words because like
No,
I do, because that's what the examples I just gave, like everyone said that about Amber, Parv, Sarah, and now like all three of them are winners. And like, so whatever. I need to just accept it. It's fierce that she's there.
Yeah.
It's awesome that she's there. I expect her to do really well, straight up. She is part of a trio of the 46ers. Her and Q fought a lot later on in their season. Tiff in her interview is like, we're cool now. Don't necessarily know if I want to work with Q just because he's such a wild card outside of the game. And then about Charlie, she was like, we didn't really work together. I'm not opposed to it. But I just don't know.
Yeah.
And we mentioned, like we were saying earlier with Charlie, they're one of the few duos, or one of the few pre-existing relationships that's starting together.
And she says in her, when they enter the friend or foe game, she's like, Charlie is someone who is a frenemy, because they can start as friends, but she wants to like keep a close eye on him because she knows how sneaky he is. And so I'm curious, like, if they'll just immediately throw each other under the bus.
Yeah.
They might.
I don't know.
And if they do, I think Tiffany will win.
Yeah.
And Charlie might get ran over a few times.
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone on her tribe she put on the friend list. So Coach is on the friend list because she loves that he has one big toe painted. A lot of people have been saying that, by the way. One of his big toes is painted pink. So that's exciting. And Tiffany loves that. Chrissy is on the friend list because she just seems like a sweet mommy, is what she said. Mike is like funny and we would kiki.
Yeah.
She likes Mike. She likes Jonathan because he's level-headed. She likes Dee, but she feels like they could clash because they're both strong girls.
Yes.
And so I guess Tiffany did have like maybe a short fuse, or like she's a strong personality, I guess. Because she's like, two strong women can either clash or like make fire together.
The thing is too, that like, I actually feel like for all of this talk about her being reactive, and I say this just because I know that a lot of time that's the box that like Black women specifically get thrown into, is like, oh, like she's gonna flip out and fly out the handle. I actually feel like Tiff like really handled herself well in a lot of those situations, and like didn't do that.
I'll need to rewatch.
Like, I remember her like getting mad at Q, but if anything, I feel like what I remember more of is like eye rolls and confessionals. I don't really remember like a huge blow up of like, what the fuck, Q? Like, fuck. Like, I don't, she didn't do that. So like,
no, that's not fair.
I feel like she already has, I know that she mentions in her interview, like that's something she's trying to control more, as like, wear less.
Yeah, she wants more of a poker face
on my face. But like, I feel like that was something that she, I guess I wouldn't necessarily say that's something I would identify as like a weak point from her first time.
I wouldn't either.
Like, I feel like she didn't do that.
I think she did say one part of her game that was a downfall in 46 was that she didn't look at herself as a threat, and she didn't think other people thought she was a threat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like other people were targeting her and she was like, why? Like she didn't realize her threat level.
Yeah.
And so I think in this game, she needs to walk in like she is a threat and they don't know it. And she needs to act like a threat and like talk like a threat, walk like a threat. Like, don't be so irrelevant, or else you will never win a season like this.
Yeah.
Like, you could do it in a season with all first-time players, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
But, like, you have to be relevant and involved in this game.
And that's already the perception that she's going to be fighting, for sure.
Yeah. So, she might be able to align well with some people because everyone in her tribe truly is on the friend list. Kamilla, she said, is on the line of, like, foe and friend because she knows what Camilla's capable of. And the thing that she has going for her is that people don't really know what she's capable of.
Yeah.
So she put Kamilla on that side, but I think she'll need Kamilla.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see what comes from Tiffany.
Yeah.
Did I write
mean,
anything else?
I feel like she really only had, like, she can only go up from here,
Yeah.
right? Her first game was like solid but unimpressive, I think is a good way to put it. Like, she made the merge, had good connections, but yeah, like,
it's not the most memorable.
yeah, like didn't really control her threat level, got voted out with an idol. So she has a lot of room to grow, which is exciting. I think that she has a low, like, she's low on the list of targets, which is good for her. And I just don't think that, again, like, anybody's going to think like we need to get Tiff out fast.
Yeah, I agree.
My semi, like, conspiracy theory is that I feel like Cirie and Tiffany are supposed to swap spots. That's just like how I feel. But then they put Cirie on the Sela tribe to try and make sure that Cirie gets to the merge.
Ooh, that's a good theory.
That's like my theory here, because like, if you're separating the 49ers, the 37ers, the 48ers, why did you keep two 46ers together?
It could
And
be
to me, I'm like,
protect
okay,
Cirie.
well, they
Who
want to
knows?
make the tribes racially diverse.
Yeah.
And so if we're looking at the two black women that are in the game, I feel like it would make more sense if Cirie was on this tribe and Tiffany was on the other one, because then the 46ers would all be on separate
split
tribes.
up.
But then I think Cirie would be in big trouble on this tribe.
I think they would need to give this tribe more strength
Yeah.
if they were to switch that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like switch Tiffany and Cirie, but then switch like Charlie with Colby. But then it's like, is that too many old school on
Or
that
like Charlie
tribe?
with Q or something.
Charlie with Q.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Charlie with Q would be great.
Yeah. I don't know.
But then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
I
would
don't know.
actually be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It seems like, I just feel like that's just my thought, is like, I feel like you can kind of tell who production wants to go far based on like what tribes they were on. Because I feel like if you look at this tribe, there's like a lot of people that I feel like are kind of boring a little bit.
Yeah.
Cause like, man, like, I don't know. I'm not a producer, so I don't know, but that's just my
Girl,
looking at
listen,
the tribes.
Taylor,
I'm just saying, like,
this is your
like,
podcast. You
I
can
know.
say whatever you want.
I don't want to assume that I know like what production is planning, but it just seems like to me, when you cast, like, one tribe is like Angelina, Genevieve, Q, like
Kyle,
like all the like
Yeah.
people there, and then like on Sela you have like a lot of like really lovable icons, like Cirie and Emily and Ozzy and Joe.
Savannah.
Yeah, like, and then you have this tribe. It to me is kind of just giving like what's left. And then like
The
you
table
have
scraps.
yeah, like, and you have people that just don't seem to be like as interesting to watch. But then you also have Coach, and you also have,
Emily.
like, I don't know.
Wait, whoa.
Emily's on Sela.
Yeah, she's not on this tribe.
Yeah. So
I'm like, blah, blah, blah.
anyway, my overall take with this tribe is if I had to bet, I think that this tribe will struggle the most in challenges. I think this tribe will have the most what's the word I'm looking for? This tribe will lose the most like players.
I think this tribe will have the weakest alliances.
Yeah.
But I don't know with someone like Kamilla and Coach.
Yeah.
And Chrissy, like,
I don't know.
C and Jonathan.
It's like we were saying at the beginning of the episode.
I don't know.
This tribe feels the least straightforward to me in terms of what I think is going to happen. I feel like I kind of have a pretty good idea of like where the chips will fall with the other ones. The only thing I'm sure about, and I obviously can eat my words if I'm wrong, I feel really strongly that if this tribe loses, I think D is going first.
Yeah, I could
really
see
do.
that happening.
I really think she's gone first.
I could see that
Maybe
happening.
people will say like, we need the targets in front of me, so let's keep D in and get someone out like Charlie or Kamilla or Tiff or whatever. But I just feel like based on how many people talked about it, I think she's out first.
So many people are just like, winners need to go.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
So I think D is
Yeah.
going to be gone.
Oh, we made it through.
We made
it through all 24 players, all 3 tribes, biggest cast they've ever had. Crazy.
I know, so crazy.
So leading up to 50, the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to do a draft where we're going to draft 12 players each. We'll probably have to hash out like what the point system will be like. I know that I've seen stuff online of like, oh, if people in your draft like win a challenge, you get a point. And if they survive tribal,
if they vote correctly, or if they survive tribal, or if they find an idol or an advantage or blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
So we'll hash all that out. But that's the last item on our agenda before the season starts. So it'll be really exciting. I'll have to kind of think about like who I want to prioritize picking.
I know. We need our winner pick.
Yes, we need to make official winner picks as well, because I haven't done that either. There's obviously like...
We'll do that in the draft.
Who I want to win. But like, who do I actually think is going to win?
Actual winner pick.
Yeah, I just do not know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Are there any... Now that we've finished all 3 tribes, are there any other like thoughts or feelings that you have that we haven't shared? This is the time to do it, I think.
I mean, my feeling is just like a lot of optimism and hope for this season, and I'm super stoked about the season. While we don't know what gimmicky components or advantages or whatever is going to be added into this season, we do know it's a stellar cast. It's a stellar cast.
Yes.
Because even this like hodgepodge tribe where we're kind of like, will be entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Like it will be good to watch, and I know I'm going to love the winner, like whoever it really is. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I could name a few that I'm like, would I want them to win? No, but it's going to be so exciting.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are like kind of crapping on 50 or have this like elitist, like Survivor's not what it used to be. Yeah, it's not. It's not, okay?
It's not.
It's different. It's changing.
Yeah.
It's moving forward.
It's not what it used to be, and you can still enjoy it.
And you can still enjoy it. And like, you can watch old seasons. Like, I love watching old seasons.
I would be the first one to say that Survivor is not what it was, and I still love watching it.
Yeah.
I still have so much fun watching it.
I think just embracing, like, what's ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious as to how Survivor will move forward after 50.
For sure.
But first, we just got to get through through 50. And I think it's going to be such an exciting season.
I've said this before. My advice to anybody that's listening to this, if you really want to enjoy not just season 50, but Survivor in general,
listen to us every week.
I was going to say, engage with the show online less, if not at all. The less that you go onto Instagram, Twitter, Reddit to read what other people are saying about the show, at least for me, I feel like I enjoy it way more because people really are just so negative about everything.
Yeah.
And I'm negative about things too. There's plenty of shit about new era Survivor that I am annoyed with that I don't like. I don't like that we're getting fucking Mr. Beast and whoever on this fifth season. But like, does it really help to just read 1,000 comments about that?
No.
And I just feel like no matter who the contestant is, you can always go online and see like people talking about, oh, I don't like this person, or and we're just like,
shut up.
When I really started to enjoy Survivor so much more when I stopped going onto Reddit after every episode to like read what people are saying about it. Because I just don't, with peace and love, I have a podcast, so this is hypocritical. I don't care what other people think about Survivor.
Yeah.
I really don't.
You should only care what we think.
There's a few people, like, I'm going to listen to Rob Sesternino and Mike Bloom. I'm going to listen to like Stephen Fishback. But like
Tyson.
Yeah, but like I don't care
Fire.
what like random commenters think about the season. I just don't care. And I feel like most people will enjoy the show if they also adopt that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that engaging with the fandom is fun for a lot of people. But for me, it's not, because people are just so negative.
They are really, really negative.
People are negative, and people also have like horrible takes on stuff where I'm just like, no. Like, no. No.
Moral of the story, we have all of the right takes, and the only opinion you should care about is ours.
Because we are the queens of Ponderosa.
Oh my gosh.
If you haven't listened to me rattle off all these random ass facts about Survivor, you know that if there's anybody that knows the motherfucking tea, it's me.
It's you. It's Taylor.
So.
Uncontested.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, it's the queen has spoken.
The queen has spoken.
Taylor has spoken.
I have.
But honestly, like, I think something that makes Survivor fun is listening to stuff while watching the show, because it is interesting, like listening to certain people's takes, like Rob Cesternino and Stephen Fishback, and he brings on like
definitely
old players to analyze the game, and it's so fun.
For sure. It is so fun to get the perspectives of people that have played it before.
It's the randos online.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. It's like the fandom, the fan base can be really negative.
Yes. People don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. And honestly, we're just giving our opinions, and we would love to hear yours.
Yeah.
So we want to share, like, we want to hear your opinion.
Yeah.
So you can tell us what you think.
Yeah.
And comment and share this with your friends, and share, like, watch season 50.
Yes.
Let us know your feelings.
Yeah.
We're so excited for a new season, another season ahead of us. It's going to be like such an exciting one.
Yeah.
And if you want to join a draft, you can join a draft.
Yeah.
But we got to post about that ASAP if people are going to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. Anything else?
I think we're good. I think with that, the queens have spoken.
The queens have spoken.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Survivor 50, February 25th is starting.
Couple days away.
And join us for the ride.
Yes, we will see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.